Surrender mandate if APC loses, parties tell Buhari. He has to surrender now. After all, Jonathan surrendered mandate to him in 2015 when he won. So you must follow suit, except if he wants anarchy in Nigeria. Right? Some political parties in the country on Wednesday asked the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to keep to his pledge to hand over to the winner of the 2023 presidential election, even if his party lost. They stated this in a separate interview with our correspondents in Abuja. Despite reassuring the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he would support all the way, the president had stated that he would hand over to whoever Nigerians elected. Buhari reiterated his promise in Plateau State on Tuesday that no election winner will be denied his mandate in 2023. The chief spokesman for the Obidati Presidential Candidate Campaign Council, Yunusa Tanku, called on Buhari to fulfill his promise. He expressed optimism that the 2023 elections would be free and fair despite speculations they could be marred by violence and vote buying. He said, sometimes words are cast in stone. For the Labour Party, PCC, we will take it at face value and assume that he, Buhari, has good intentions. All we require of him is to make it with action, to match it with action when it happens. The spokesperson for the Atiku Kowa campaign organization, Charles Aniago, said the president would desire to leave a legacy of free and fair elections behind. He said the president has made it very clear that he is going to give room for a good election, and so I don't have doubt in that. To the best of my knowledge, everything points to a desire to leave a legacy of free and fair elections, which brought him to power in the first place. The spokesman for the New Nigerian People's Party, Major Agbo, said the president had no option but to step down after the polls. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has already set a standard in 2015 that Buhari is condemned to follow, is meant to follow, he added. However, the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, said Buhari could not be trusted with 2023 elections. He said Buhari is never to be trusted. All right? He's done more than enough damage to the elections by encouraging rigging and participation in rigged elections in 2019. Yahaya Bello didn't win his 2019 gubernatorial election, but Buhari authorized security agents to help him rig it. For me, I have no fears. I have a strong desire to ensure that the elections are free and fair, even though I know the ruling party does not. So what is happening here is that, even though Buhari has said it during the presidential campaign flag-off rally at Jos, that he would, even if he supports his own party flag bearer, that he will, hand over government to whoever Nigerians elected come 2023. That is what he promised there. And so based on that as well, other political party leaders and spokespersons have called on him to make sure he sticks to that mandate. He sticks to that promise. He will step down to anybody that wins that presidential election, even though they want to retain it in APC. But he should also understand that APC might not win. So he should be ready to hand over power come 2023, even if his party loses. All right. Several people made comment there. Tanko Yunusa, the spokesperson for Labour Party, reminded him of that. Charles Aniago, the spokesperson for PDP, also reminded him of that. Sowore is still saying that Buhari is not to be trusted. All right. Because a good example is that Yahaya Bello did not win the 2019 election, but Buhari mandated security operatives to help him rig it to make sure he wins it. So meaning that Buhari also has an antecedent that shows that he may not hand over power, or he may not, hand it over on a platter of gold, probably by force. So we know that they have an agenda to make sure power is retained in the north, because the northerners, especially the Fulani, believe that ruling Nigeria is a birthright. But we they hand over to whoever that win, even though the person is not an APC member or not an Hausa, we they hand over that we're not sure with this government, because Buhari is not it's not yet to be trusted, according to Showore. It's not to be trusted. Okay, so somebody is making comment here. APC will lose the February 2023 election on two major factors: economic hardship and security. Finally, feeling old brigade as its presidential flag bearer is a no-no. All right, so this guy has just given the reasons and the premises under which APC will lose the forthcoming election, and they're all factual, right? Another person is echoing that. Tell him, Then the third person is saying APC Tinubu will not lose. President Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria 2023. God is with Tinubu and Shetima. APC, God bless Tinubu. So this person is also must be an APC person, hoping and praying that with optimism that APC and Tinubu will not lose the forthcoming election, that they are the people God have destined to, to win the election and to lead Nigeria. And then praying for APC, even though Tinubu prayed for PDP erroneously during the flag off campaign in Jos. So right now, I think a lot is coming out from all quarters. A lot is being unveiled about the 2020 general election. Both individual intentions, individual plans are coming out. And then we can also see both the face value of all comment and who meant it and who does not mean it, though too soon and too difficult to tell at this time. But at least the good news here is that as the election is approaching, a lot is also emerging, a lot is also being revealed, unveiled, so that people will be able to make their right decisions and right choices of candidate to vote for during the election. From what we can see here, Buhari is also saying that he's ready to step down. And we just hope he will step down, because like I said earlier, he's a benefactor of peaceful election and peaceful handover. When he won election in 2015, without wasting time, the then president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan, called him on phone and congratulated him, which actually amazed everybody. All right. And Jonathan said he would rather step down and hand over than challenging the outcome of the election and have a very serious bloodshed in the country, because it will lead to anarchy. Because Buhari already said that if he does not win the election, that he will make Nigeria ungovernable. Those were the words of Buhari in that 2015. And so Goodluck had to hand over so that there won't be bloodshed. And there has not been. Unfortunately, the bloodshed came, but it came in a different form. It came by the activities of the bandits and by kidnappers, by the Fulani herdsmen going into the bush to kill people. You understand? So it was a disappointment for Buhari, because what is happening now was what he actually planned to do if he had not won the election, to dispatch all the headsmen and all the ISWAP and Boko Haram into all the forests to cause mayhem. Unfortunately, he already positioned them, gave them order, and they were already deployed. And Jonathan saw what was happening and handed over proactively. Now the activities are started. So what is happening now was actually what Buhari planned to do if he had lost that election. So now that he has created a monster that is ravaging the entire nation, he should fix it. And again, he should hand over to someone that can fix it if he's not going to be able to fix it. But the resolution here is that another Fulani man must not get there, because Fulani do not have good intention for Nigeria, both for the Igbo, Yoruba, and the core Hausa. The Fulani man does not have good intention for everybody, and must not be there. So we have enough information now to make a decision. You go now and get more information and make sure you vote the right person come 2023. So that is what is happening. All political parties calling on Buhari to make sure he surrenders his mandate, surrender power to a new elected president, even if APC loses the election. Thank you for listening. Let's also have your comment below for sharing.